Yo, what's up, guys? Your boy Nick Fire here, and today we're back with the final whistle. I haven't done a video of football and the final whistle, my show, since about 8 months ago. But obviously, I've been planning to do another one. I've been planning to do more videos and do this more frequently. This is the new style of videos that I want to bring to the channel. What a time to bring it! What a time to bring it. I mean, you know what you're here for. You're here for my thoughts on the Super League, the European Super League. We're not going to call it UEFA because it's not UEFA. UEFA want to do their own thing. And this is my thoughts. So straight up, I think this is an abomination. I think this is just trash. Complete and utter trash. And by the way, if you're here to say, you carry on being a sheep, honestly, mate, just don't do that, because literally it says my thoughts. I don't like it, and it seems that the majority of football fans, real football fans, don't like it. So let's just get right into this, shouldn't we? Alright, so let's begin from the beginning. So a couple of years ago, there were talks about a Super League, just the best teams in a certain league, and they fight it out every season, and, you know, basically a league format of what the Champions League is supposed to be. It was only rumours, it was only a little bit of talk in the air. And yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Until yesterday. So yesterday, pretty much, there were some rumours that 12 clubs, or 15 clubs, so far it's 12 clubs have gone and joined a Super League. And there was all this chatter. Gary Neville was on Sky Sports talking, ranting, almost a CM Punk promo like thing, that he was just 100% against it because the things that were coming out, which I'll explain what the things are, was just stupid and pointless. The question was, what 6 teams are going to be joining the Super League from here? You guessed it, the big 6, the top 6 includes Arsenal, Tottenham, Man United, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea. That's the top 6 of England, and they will be joining the Super League. To which everyone was saying, how is Tottenham and Arsenal, who haven't played Champions League football this season, and Arsenal for a while, how are they joining this Super League as the top 6 when they haven't won the league since like 2004 and 1961? Mate, as a Man United fan, we haven't won the league for about 8 years now, so I don't know where this is all coming from. But it was all just talk, but it was just it was big because Rio Ferdinand was talking about it, Gary Neville was talking about it, Jamie Carragher was on it, and a couple of other pundits were really on it, Danny Murphy as well. So let me explain, because at 10 o'clock during Match of the Day, it was announced officially. The Super League was announced by Florentino Perez, I think, the Real Madrid chairman, who was going to be the official chairman, and you guessed it, a Glazer, a Man United owner, who's going to be vice president, someone else, but we're going to read the statement. So this is the official statement that was released by the intention of joining the European Super League. 12 of the Europe's leading football clubs have today come and announced that they have agreed a new mid-week competition, the Super League, governed by its founding clubs. They call it the founding clubs, like it's the founding father, like it's something to be proud of, because these owners are proud of this. AC Milan, Arsenal, Atletico de Madrid, Chelsea, FC Barcelona, FC Internazionale, Inter Milan, for those of you who don't know, Milano, AC Milan, Juventus, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Real Madrid, Tottenham, have all joined as the founding clubs. It is anticipated that a further 3 clubs will join ahead of the inaugural season, which is intended as commence as soon as practicable. As soon as that announced, the internet exploded. Football Twitter was 100% against it. This is my thoughts. I'm against it. I think it is shambolic. It is the death of football. But here is why I think it is just complete abomination. So according to Fabrizio Romano, a reporter in football, one of the biggest reporters, he always gets the correct news, sometimes, most of the time. Transfer news, we're always following him on Twitter to check out what it is. And pretty much, this is what has been said by UEFA on this position. Every club and player participating in the Super League could be banned from all UEFA and FIFA competitions, European or international, meaning that they will essentially be kicked out of the Champions League. They could potentially get kicked out of the Premier League, so no more top 6 for the Premier League. No FA Cups, no League Cups, no World Cup for any player that decides to play, no Copa America, Euros, those types of competitions. No player in their right mind would be able to play for their country anymore because of their participation in the Super League. By of which some players, I don't even think, knew about this whole discussion, because apparently the board members, especially up in United, supposedly have kept this all a secret. Honestly, this is why I think it's just a bad idea, because honestly, players love football. Players play football. They love football. Yeah, there's a little bit of money involved. I mean, I say a little bit more than we can imagine, but no player in their right mind will want to play a league season every year with the same teams, because this is supposedly not that competitive as they're making it out to be. There's no relegation. There's not really a promotion because it's just one league, and there hasn't been really an announcement of the sort of the cups, the domestic cups. But what would they win? They have no significance. Most English players come here. English players that come up the ranks want to play and win the FA Cup. I know a couple classic players like Alan Shearer, who never won the World Cup, wanted to win an FA Cup and obviously a World Cup. Danny Murphy wanted to win the FA Cup. I'm sure there's players in La Liga that want to win the Copa del Rey. I'm sure there's players in Serie A who want to win the Serie A. They don't want to win the Super League, and this is potentially damaging for their careers. And especially, what player in their right mind won't want to play for their country, want to represent their country? I would want to represent my country if I was a footballer. I'm sure Rashford wants to play for England. I'm sure Harry Kane wants to play for England. I'm sure David De Gea wants to play for Spain. I'm sure Pogba wants to play for France. N'Golo Kante. All these players are being held at gunpoint, basically. Cross mid-fire. They're in the middle. Crossfires going forward between the owners and UEFA and FIFA. And it's just sad to see, because football is done. Football is dead if this league happens, because if all this does happen, we'll only see these teams play every single year in the same league. There'll be a couple changes, because I heard that there's going to be some sort of qualifiers in certain leagues. But for all I know, German clubs have actually refused to join the Super League. So big up the German clubs, because they know they are for the fans. They know that football is for the fans. PSG probably taking the moral high ground with this, but PSG have refused. But they might join it in the end. But they have enough money, so I don't think they need to join. But still, praise goes to PSG for showing some sort of loyalty to football, even though obviously they are an oil club. Their money comes from the Saudis or the Qatars or whatever. But big up them for coming out. And also, Ander Herrera came out. He also made a statement, which I shall read. Ander Herrera has come out and said, I fell in love with football, of the fans' dream of seeing the club I love to compete with the biggest of them. If this European Super League advances, those dreams are over. I believe in an improved Champions League, not the rich stealing what the people created, which is the most beautiful sport on the planet. That is the facts right there. Football is for the working class. I speak on behalf of the people who don't get to go to every game, but once in a while can go to a different game, can go to a game. The working class, we won't be able to afford it, because this European Super League will mean that we'll have to travel to God knows where, because they call it the European Super League, but these games can be played. They were making a good point on the Stratford Paddock that these games could be played in Hong Kong, they could go into New York, they could go into Singapore. It can be anywhere in the world, so more money for the people to pay for flights. Funny enough, these owners, majority of them, Liverpool and Man United especially, one of the two top teams in England, and City. Well, City's different. These are American owners. American owners have been used to the format of the NBA, where every team is given an equal playing field. There's no Fulham versus Manchester City, where the wage gap is immense. There's salary caps in America. They couldn't do that here because Brighton is not going to have the same amount of transfer budget as Man City or a Man United. They're just not going to have it. And they have this idea where the draft. The draft is basically, where a team could bring in a player from a different team as a draft, as in a trade. They do, and they have bought a football club, not knowing that football is for the fans. Football is way different to any American sport, and they want more money from UEFA, and it's obvious because UEFA have gone and announced their format, and it's kind of the same as the European Super League. Only difference is that this is the UEFA's and this is the owners. The owners can do what they want, and they are going to put any amount of money, because apparently the figure is that these clubs that have joined the Super League are collecting every season £310 million or something like that, euros or dollars. It's something like that, and this is just UEFA's format with little less money. And this one's going to have the Zone, supposedly. The Zone are putting in a bid, and it's a very high bid because the Zone are killing it right now in the streaming platform games. And this is why Sky Sports and BT are against it, because they aren't a streaming platform. You buy the monthly thing and then they give you the games. But obviously Sky Sports and BT aren't going to really talk too much, because it wasn't a year ago that they were charging £15 for one game per game as a pay-per-view, but £15 per game. So people were watching West Brom versus Brighton. The fans of West Brom and Brighton were paying £15 just to watch that game. So they really have no moral high ground. The pundits can speak. Gary Neville can speak, I believe. Jamie Carragher can speak, and especially the fans can speak. We can speak to the clubs and say no to the Super League, because I'm definitely against the Super League. I don't like this whole idea. Football is changing. Football is this and that. No, it's going to create chaos. I probably have waffled a little bit today, but you know what? That's what this is what these videos are for. This is what I want to create, the final whistle. So hopefully next time I can get some friends to voice their opinion a little bit, what they think about it. But it's absolutely insane. Jose Mourinho apparently got sacked because he wasn't taking out the players for training. Apparently he's against the Super League. So if that is true, because it's a bit of a shaky report, if that is true, big up Mourinho. He's been sacked by Tottenham, but most likely because they were not that great. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for today. Honestly, my thoughts is I don't see players wanting to play for a league, as I've said, every year and not represent their country and not be able to play other tournaments or other stuff. And I don't think it'll be fair for the fans to, definitely not, because they want to watch their team play and they want to watch the rival games, the derbies, the Manchester City versus Man United. Even though that will happen in the Super League, technically they're in the league, but we won't see Everton and Liverpool, the Merseyside derby. There's a lot of things, because it's ruining 120 years of tradition of the way football is. We have to see what happens in the coming days, because honestly it's still pretty fresh. These teams seem determined, but the backlash has to be a no-no. It just can't happen, and most likely these teams will be punished for most likely these teams will be punished. Even if it doesn't happen, they'll be punished. Point deduction, fines, who knows? And honestly, for causing this much ruckus and noise, they probably will. And the amount of money they could be receiving is insane. But right now, it's very deep waters for something so new. That's how I'll put it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my thoughts. Like the video, comment what you think. If you're for it and you're here to hate, stop, because this is just my thoughts. Leave your thoughts in the comments. That's how it works. That's how these things work. And yeah, see you guys in the next video, and peace.